NIO wants to get to where they're delivering 50,000 in a single month by the end of this year, 2025. So let's talk about the pathway and what that looks like for them to get there. I've actually got on screen pulled up the end of the year deliveries from 2024 because this monthly delivery record that still stands of over 31,000 came in for NIO, with NIO and Onvo delivering over 31,000 in December of 2024. But one thing folks may or may not be thinking about, that's why I wanted to highlight it in this video, is that before Onvo was even being delivered, NIO had month after month where they were already doing 20,000 and above deliveries just of the NIO brand. So when we hear in the recent earnings from William Li, and then in this Q&A from William Li, that kind of the target or the goal is 25,000 of the NIO brand, 25,000 of the Ledao or Onvo brand, and then Firefly with 3,000 to 5,000. At least we have an idea what they're targeting. With respect to Firefly, we've already seen that that number is achievable. NIO, although they haven't had a 25,000 number just with the NIO brand, that's certainly within reach. And I think actually there is something flying under the radar that may be kind of the key to all of this, or to unlocking more market penetration, more market share to be taken by NIO with all three brands. And that is what I have called, I think it was a couple of years ago when I first said this, the rural model. And that is for the smaller cities, the third, fourth tier cities. This is a reference from William Li in the most recent earnings. He talks about how they've been able to use power swap stations as a window of opportunities or a point of sales to get sales. Here again, from the most recent earnings, he's talking about how NIO has this unique selling point or advantage for the company by leveraging the power swap stations. And then down here, he gives a specific example of where with only a few power swap stations, they were able to get 1,000 NIO users. So this is a smaller town, which is why I call it the rural, basically outside of the major cities. And as to what William Li has actually told us in previous earnings, with about half of the NIO sales coming from just one region, one kind of small geographic area in China, there is certainly a lot more potential for NIO with the continued expansion of power swap stations and in conjunction with what I like to call this rural model. So I guess I'm just kind of sharing some of my thoughts with this, but I want to know from you, what do you think? Is NIO going to be able to get to that point where they have a 50,000 delivery number in a single month by the end of this year? Let me know what your thoughts are. Thanks for stopping by. I'll see y'all again very soon.